Alright, settle in folks, because your perception of Amazon is about to get a serious renovation. You thought it was just the place for impulse buying another pair of questionable socks at 3 a.m., or finally replacing that phone charger your cat declared war on. Bless your innocent heart. Think again, because today, we're pulling back the curtain on Amazon's most audacious, most unbelievable, and frankly, most are you kidding me? Offering actual honest-to-goodness tiny homes. Yes, you heard that right. Houses from Amazon. Delivered. Like a giant, life-altering pizza, but hopefully with fewer anchovies, unless you're into that. We're talking about structures you can actually live in, plopped right onto your front lawn, or your back 40, or wherever you can legally stick a small house without your neighbors forming a pitchfork-wielding committee. This isn't some dollhouse fantasy. This is your chance to tell your landlord it's not me, it's you. And your outrageous rent increases that could fund a small nation. We're diving deep into the world of compact living, where your mortgage payment could be less than your monthly avocado toast budget, assuming you don't live in downtown San Francisco, in which case even a cardboard box has a waiting list. Imagine the possibilities, the freedom, the sheer unadulterated joy of owning something bigger than a bread box without selling a kidney or your firstborn. And the kicker? Every single one of these architectural marvels, these tiny titans of thriftiness, clocks in under a cool $35,000. Some of them, and I kid you not, cost less than a beat-up Honda Civic that's seen more drama than a reality TV show, and probably has an equally questionable smell. So buckle up, buttercups, because we're about to explore 10 of these budget-friendly dream dwellings. We'll look at the good, the bad, and the wait, that's a house, or did a garden shed get ambitious? Get ready to have your mind blown, and your Amazon cart filled with something other than regret. Let's go! First up on our tour of homes that fit in your shopping cart, almost, is the Allwood Avalon Cabin Kit. The tagline they should use? Buy this and every day is glamping season, minus the marshmallow fire hazard and the existential dread of assembling a tent in the dark while it's raining. Seriously, this thing screams rustic charm so loudly, you'll expect a friendly lumberjack to pop out and offer you flapjacks. It's got that classic cabin look, the kind you see in movies right before the teenagers make a very poor decision. But hey, at least poor decision will be affordable and have decent curb appeal probably. Now the key word here folks is kit. That means you, yes you, get the distinct pleasure or soul-crushing challenge of putting it together. Think of it as Legos for adults. If Legos could potentially give you splinters and lead to a domestic dispute over which way the door is supposed to swing. Allwood says it takes about 2 to 3 days for 2 adults. I'm guessing that's 2 adults who are professional carpenters, or possibly Swedish gods of assembly, and definitely not 2 people who still argue over how to load the dishwasher. Next on our architectural oddities list is the Arched Cabin, a steel tiny home that genuinely looks like Elon Musk designed it after a particularly rough quarter and a dare. You know, if Elon suddenly decided Mars colonization needed to be more corrugated, it's got this distinctive Quonset hut vibe like something you'd find on a secret military base in Nevada, or perhaps storing surprisingly well-preserved alien artifacts. Or maybe just your lawnmower, it's versatile like that. This isn't your grandma's cottage, this is something that screams I'm prepared for the apocalypse, or at least a really bad hailstorm. The steel part is no joke. These things are built tough. We're talking galvanized steel, folks. It'll probably outlast your mortgage on your main house, your car, and possibly your will to live if you try to assemble it solo. The upside? It's low maintenance, no termites, no rot, and it probably laughs in the face of hurricanes. The downside? It might feel a bit like living inside a very stylish, very well-ventilated tin can. You'll want to invest in some good insulation unless you enjoy reenacting scenes from Frozen in the winter and Mad Max in the summer. The arched design is interesting. On one hand, it offers a surprising amount of interior headspace, making it feel more spacious than its footprint might suggest. You can probably do jumping jacks in there without hitting your head, which is a plus if you're into spontaneous calisthenics. Alright, let's shift gears to something a little more traditional-ish. It's the Allwood Solvala Studio Cabin. And when I say studio, I mean it in the cozy, might have to suck in your gut to pass your roommate kind of way. But don't let its compact dimensions fool you. This little guy is all about maximizing potential in minimal space. The tagline for this one is pretty spot on. Perfect for your backyard, your mom's backyard, or escaping from your kids, or your spouse, or your responsibilities. It's basically a stylish wooden box of denial, and I'm here for it. This cabin is practically begging to be a backyard office. Imagine your commute being a 10-second stroll across the lawn. No traffic, no pants required, though your neighbors might appreciate them if you have big windows. It's the dream for anyone working from home who's tired of their kitchen table doubling as a boardroom. Or it could be an art studio, a yoga den, a meditation space, or just a please leave me alone I'm contemplating the universe or napping room. The possibilities are as endless as your desire to avoid human interaction for a few hours. Now let's talk about the escaping from your kids angle, because let's be real, that's a major selling point for a significant portion of the population. Picture this. The main house is a cacophony of tiny human demands, sticky fingers and cartoons that will rot your brain, but out back in your Solvala sanctuary, blissful silence. Chapter 4. Ease. Supply modern tiny house kit your life now streaming. Moving on to something that sounds like it was named by a marketing intern who just discovered buzzwords. The Easy Supply Modern Tiny House Kit. The promise is right there in the name, easy. We'll get to the veracity of that claim in a moment, but the real kicker is the unofficial slogan, just add Wi-Fi and snacks and boom, you're a Netflix series. I mean, who doesn't want their life to be a binge-worthy drama, or at least a quirky indie comedy with a surprisingly good soundtrack? This house that for you. What makes it modern, you ask? Well, typically these kits feature cleaner lines, maybe some larger windows for that all-important natural light. Gotta look good for the gram even if your gram is just your cat. And an interior layout that's trying its best to be open concept, even if open means you can cook breakfast while still technically in bed. It's less rustic cabin and more minimalist pod that accidentally landed in your yard. Think less lumberjack, more tech startup CEO who's really into mindfulness and oat milk lattes. Just add Wi-Fi and snacks. Truer words have rarely been spoken about the pillars of modern existence. With this tiny house, you're basically setting up your command center for conquering the digital world, or at least for watching an entire season of something questionable in one sitting without judgment. It's the perfect backdrop for your vlogs about tiny living, your TikToks about organizing your 3 pairs of socks, or your dramatic Instagram stories about the squirrel that keeps trying to steal your essential snacks. Your life, curated and broadcast from your very own compact content creation hub. Now about that easy supply. Chapter 5. All-Wood Mayflower Garden House. Prairie chic, cholera not included. Next, we take a quaint little detour with the all-wood Mayflower Garden House. And the description? It's like Little House on the Prairie, but with better insulation and no cholera. Honestly, no cholera should be a standard feature on all homes, but it's especially reassuring when you're channeling your inner Laura Ingalls Wilder. This isn't just a tiny house, it's a tiny historical romance novel waiting to happen. Or at least a very charming place to drink tea and judge your neighbor's gardening skills. The Little House on the Prairie vibe is undeniable. It's got that classic, almost storybook charm. You can practically hear Pa Ingalls fiddling in the distance, or Ma calling everyone in for some slightly burnt cornbread. It's the kind of place that makes you want to wear gingham, churn your own butter, once for the novelty, and perhaps write long, heartfelt letters by candlelight even though you have perfectly good Wi-Fi and email. It's an escape to a simpler time, conveniently located in your backyard. Better insulation is a key upgrade from the actual prairie days, let me tell you. Those Ingalls folks were tough, but I bet they would have traded a whole season's crop for some decent double glazing and a bit of rock wool in the walls. With the Mayflower, you get the aesthetic of pioneer living without the constant threat of frostbite or heat stroke. It's like historical reenactment but with climate control, a definite win for modern sensibilities, and survival. Chapter 6. Mods, 320 shipping container home. Your problems, still shipped separately. Alright, brace yourselves because we're venturing into the realm of industrial chic with the Mods, 320 shipping container home. And let's just get this out of the way. Yes, it's a shipping container. No, it won't ship your problems away. But it's a start. Truer words, my friends, truer words. If you've ever looked at those giant metal boxes on ships or trains and thought, I could live in that, well, congratulations, you're either a visionary or slightly unhinged, and Mods is here to cater to you. There's no hiding its origins. This is a shipping container, repurposed for human habitation, which frankly, is pretty cool from an upcycling, eco-conscious perspective. You're giving a new lease on life to something that's probably circumnavigated the globe more times than you've circumnavigated your grocery store looking for that one specific brand of artisanal pickles. It's got an inherent toughness, a rugged, I've seen things kind of vibe. It's the Clint Eastwood of tiny homes. Now, the crucial part, no, it won't ship your problems away, but it's a start. This is important. Moving into a cool, edgy shipping container home won't magically solve your crippling student debt, your fear of commitment, or your inability to keep houseplants alive. But what it do is provide a secure, affordable, and undeniably unique place too with those problems. Maybe the sheer novelty of living in a box will inspire new solutions. Chapter 7. Get ready to face the ultimate challenge in flat pack living, the Boss Cube Tiny House Kit. The name alone sounds like a dare. And the description? If IKEA sold houses, this would be their final boss level. This isn't just a piece of furniture you assemble with a tiny Allen key and a side of existential despair. This is an entire dwelling. Prepare for an instruction manual that could double as a moderately complex cryptic crossword and a parts list that will make your eyes water. This is not for the faint of heart or the easily frustrated. The cube design is all about that minimalist, geometric aesthetic. It's sharp, it's modern, it's, well, boxy, but in a cool architectural way supposedly. Think of it as a giant habitable Rubik's Cube, only instead of trying to get all the colors to match, you're just trying to get the walls to stand up straight and the roof to not leak. It's a testament to spatial efficiency, or perhaps just a designer who really likes right angles. No curvy organic nonsense here, thank you very much. Now let's lean into that IKEA final boss level concept. Imagine the sheer scale of the operation. You're not just figuring out which cam lock goes where, you're wrestling with entire wall panels, trying to decipher pictograms that depict a stick figure either successfully building a house or possibly summoning an ancient demon. The potential for missing pieces or pieces that almost fit but not quite is magnified 1,000-fold. Alright, let's talk about the Duramax insulated building, which, let's be honest, sounds a bit like a heavy-duty truck part or something you'd store your lawnmower in, and the tagline feels like a shed, lives like a champ. Doesn't exactly scream luxury living, but hold your horses because this unassuming structure might just be the dark horse contender in the affordable tiny home race. It's the strong, silent type of housing, focusing on function over frills, and there's a certain beauty in that. Feels like a shed. Okay, they're not wrong. Aesthetically, it often leans more towards utilitarian than Architectural Digest cover. You're probably not going to win any design awards for its groundbreaking visual appeal. It's straightforward, it's practical, it's probably made of some kind of durable vinyl or resin that will withstand the apocalypse. It's the sensible shoes of the tiny house world. Not flashy, but it gets the job done reliably and without complaint. But then comes the crucial part, lives like a champ. This is where the Duramax, or similar insulated utility buildings, shines. That insulated bit is key. Unlike your average garden shed where you store rusty tools and forgotten dreams, these are designed to be habitable. The insulation helps keep the temperature regulated, meaning you won't bake in the summer or turn into a human popsicle in the winter. This transforms it from a mere storage unit into a potential living space, a cozy den, or a surprisingly comfortable guest room. Next up we have the Outsunny 3-room prefab cabin, and this one's got dollar signs practically twinkling in its description. You could Airbnb this and make back your money faster than crypto in 2021. Now that's a bold claim, especially considering how 2021 crypto could make you rich one day and wondering where your shirt went the next. But the allure of passive income from a tiny backyard empire? It's strong, it's very strong. And 3 rooms? In a tiny home? That's practically a mansion. Prefab cabin. Those are magic words for anyone who's ever stared in terror at a pile of lumber and a set of vague instructions. Prefab suggests that a significant portion of the work has been done for you. Panels, maybe even whole sections, arrive ready to be connected. This means less assembly time, fewer opportunities to attach a wall upside down, and a quicker path to either moving in or listing it on your favorite short-term rental site. Emphasis on should. Always read the fine print and maybe watch a few YouTube assembly videos first. The 3-room aspect is what really sets this one apart in the tiny house category. We're not talking about a single open-plan box here, we're talking distinct spaces. Presumably a bedroom, a living area, and maybe a small bathroom or kitchenette space. This is luxury, this is a game changer. You can actually close a door on someone, or at least have a designated area for sleeping that isn't also your dining room and office. For a tiny structure, that's a big deal, offering a level of privacy and functionality that many smaller units lack. Last, but certainly not least, especially in terms of square footage, we have the Tough Shed TR1600, and the immediate reaction is, tough shed? More like buff shed. This thing's huge. Okay, huge is relative in the tiny home universe, but compared to some of the shoeboxes we've looked at, the TR1600 and its larger brethren from Tough Shed can feel positively palatial. These aren't just sheds, they're shed-adjacent residential candidates. They're the heavyweights of the is it a shed or is it a house debate. The Tough in Tough Shed isn't just a cute name, these things are built to be sturdy. They often feature robust framing, durable siding options, and a general air of I'm not going anywhere no matter how hard the wind blows or how many squirrels try to make a nest in.